Thank you, Lynn, for your intro. I will now discuss the importance of this problem to help give you a better understanding. As stated earlier, we believe that the federal minimum wage should not be raised to $15 per hour. You may ask why or wonder why on earth this might be a bad idea, and I can answer this question for you. Many people are under the impression that raising the minimum wage is a good thing because they are misled by false or unreliable information. For example, one very common misled idea is that raising the minimum wage will increase the amount of jobs. Ben Cardin stated, "Every time we've increased the minimum wage, we've seen a growth in jobs." While this statement seems to be very believable, it turned out to be very false. After conducting some research on the subject, it turned out to be the complete opposite. According to a study, the headline here states that joblessness rose after a minimum wage hike more than half the time, 7 out of 11 occasions, but fell 4 times. Since joblessness fell some of the time, it means that Cardin's sweeping claim that joblessness rises every time the minimum wage goes up is off base. This statement is just one of the many misleading rumors that grabs people's attention and lures them into believing that raising the minimum wage is a good thing, while it most certainly is not. We must stop these rumors to keep people from believing false information, and today I'm going to help you do that. I will now go on to discuss a few main reasons as to why the minimum wage should not be raised to $15 per hour. These reasons include inflation, fewer hirings, and burdens on small businesses due to debt and competition. The first main reason the minimum wage should not be raised is because of inflation. Inflation means a sustained increase in the aggregate or general price level in an economy. Inflation means there is an increase in the cost of living. To put it simply, inflation means that the money you have today won't buy you as much as it could have yesterday. But who does this happen to, and why does it happen, you might ask? Inflation happens to everyone, including you. You cannot escape it. The best way to put a hold on inflation is to, as I like to call it, don't feed the beast. When it comes to raising the minimum wage, inflation can and will play a detrimental effect on our economy. If the minimum wage was raised to $15 per hour, business owners would be forced to pay their employees this higher minimum. In order to keep receiving the same profit, this then forces the business owners to raise the prices of their goods and services, thereby spurring inflation. For example, in 2014, fast food workers in the United States were asking for a minimum wage of $15 per hour, or almost double what they were earning. Had their demand been granted, a typical burger flipper or order taker at McDonald's would have earned over $30,000 per annum. Suffice it to say, raising the minimum wage to an excessively high rate would exert an inflationary pressure on the economy. This information proves that raising the minimum wage to such a high rate goes hand in hand with inflation and cannot be avoided. This is one reason why we should not raise the minimum wage. It will increase inflation on our economy, pushing us into a more stressful situation than we are already in. Along with inflation, many other deadly effects would happen to our economy due to raising the minimum wage. The second main reason is because it would be fewer hirings, ultimately leading to more unemployment. For example, if the minimum wage was raised to $15 per hour, it would eliminate jobs. Ordering businesses to pay entry-level workers more will make them hire fewer of them and consider replacing more workers with robots or computers. This is good if you're in the robot or computer business, but bad if you're trying to combat unemployment. The Congressional Budget Office estimated that Obama's $10.10 wage, once fully implemented, would reduce total employment by about 500,000 workers. This shows proof that raising the minimum wage would be horrible to our economy. We already have thousands of people that are unemployed, and raising the minimum wage would only heighten these numbers, which is something we're trying to avoid. Along with fewer hirings, raising the minimum wage would cause many burdens to small businesses, including debt and competition. Small businesses provide services to the economy in ways that we all enjoy. Whether it be your favorite downtown restaurant, hair salon, or small grocery, we all love small businesses. How would you feel if you put these small businesses we all know and love out of business? Raising the minimum wage would do exactly this. If small businesses were forced to pay their employees this new higher minimum, they would be forced to raise their prices and services to keep up with other small businesses, and hopefully stay afloat or ultimately go under due to small amounts of sales due to their new higher prices. For example, a coffee shop owner in Venice, California was asked how he felt about the minimum wage increase. He stated that labor is 30% of my overhead. A 50% increase in wage would raise this to 45%. It's already hard enough to offer a business to the community and keep my head above water. Honestly, I'd go under with that kind of increase. This statement from the coffee shop owner shows how many small business owners feel about the minimum wage increase. It scares them and could possibly put them out of business. Therefore, raising the minimum wage to $15 per hour would once again cause detrimental effects on our economy, including higher inflation and the loss of jobs. So why let this happen? Choose not to raise the minimum wage. It causes more than just these damages and will put us in a deeper hole than we are already in. So let's figure out a way to solve our problems in ways other than raising the minimum wage. We will now hear from Constance to help us discover solutions. Thank you.